know. Nobody's here yet, but I do have his guard. Some guards, if nobody cares.
And what about the moment when you...
What about the moment? I don't know, you tell me. Anyways, you have some cards. If anybody wants to ask questions. I don't necessarily need the cards, but they're a nice visual. It's nice to be able to use them. It's like trying to make a phone call without your phone. You know, I mean, you can do it. Technically, telepathy is real, but you know what I mean. Anyway, nobody's here yet. I'm just gonna talk to myself. But hope you have a nice morning. If anybody happens to join, I don't know if you can hear the guitar. I don't know what the audio is like. I hope you can hear me. Hope it doesn't sound too annoying with the background. Okay. Still nobody here. That's cool. As I'm gonna use a green screen. I like this book. It's not in my face right now, but it's in your face because it's right there. Once again, I really hope the audio is okay. If anybody wants to join and tell me that the audio sucks, I would appreciate that. Not the part about it sucking, but if you told me, that'd be cool. You know. Let me put this over here. Oh, we have a viewer. Hello. I don't know anything about you, but I see that there's one person who joined. How are you today? Good morning? Or unless you're in a different time zone. I don't know. Okay, so well, now there's two people here. Well, I hope you had a nice day. If somebody wanted to tell me that they couldn't hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear the words that I'm saying? What's your show? That's an interesting word. My show? I wouldn't call it a show. Um, I don't know. But my name is Mr. Sean. If you want to ask me questions, you're welcome to ask questions. Or if you want to just, I don't know. It's up to you. Globulus, is that a part of the body? I don't know. Welcome to those joining. What am I here for then? I'm here to be awesome. I'm here to be cool. Here to promote my page. What set you from? What state? Let me know understand what your question is. What set? I'm from Studio 54. I don't know what to say to that. You said set. Okay. Just messing around. Oh, you're just messing with me. Okay. At least I know now. I didn't know before. Thank you for clarifying. Um, he means state, I think. Well, I mean, he didn't clarify. He was the one who said it, but thanks for the translation. I don't think that's what he meant. Maybe it is what he meant. I'm from the lover's state. Typos are a thing. I hate typos. Typos are terrible. Anyways, where are you guys from? What's the weather like where you're from? You don't have to tell me your direct location. Technically, you shouldn't really give your location online. That's one of the internet safety rules. Don't give out your location to strangers. So, you know. Um, and then he gives out his information. If anybody comes to stalk you, I warned you. I told you. Texas is pretty big. I've wanted to go to Texas. I've been wanting to go to Texas. Um, is everyone from Texas? Hmm. Texas in the house. I'm sorry. Texas in the Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse. Ooh. Well, I bet you're not old enough to pay for a ticket because I don't know how I'd be getting out there if you don't pay for a ticket. Just kidding, but also not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I'm sorry. I'm silly. I also do aside from doing tarot and stuff. I also do massage if anyone wants to ship me out. Um, I also do massage and other stuff. Tickets to what? Tickets to Texas. What are you talking about? You said you like visitors, and I was offering myself as a visitor. I thought that was clear. I'm sorry. This communication thing is sometimes very difficult. You know, using words to like express yourself. It's like I do that when telepathy is a thing, and you can just beam thoughts and words. And well, I mean, the words thing is still a thing, but you can, you know, why do I keep apologizing? You're amazing for recognizing that. I do apologize a lot sometimes, not all the time, but I'm gonna cough. Cough, cough. It's an empty gesture. That's what it is. Roasting me. Oh my god. I'm not new, sir. I'm new to this platform and going live on this platform, but I've been creating content for like a long time, and I go live on TikTok. I just haven't been because I got suspended. I have like 2 more hours, I think, until I can go back on. So I've been going live on here, and it's very weird. It's very different. So sorry that I'm not the best content creator just yet, but um, just an empty gesture. It's just an explanation Texas thing. It's a decoy. Don't trust people that apologize. um, I mean, true. You shouldn't trust people who apologize a lot. But can you say it was a lot? I mean, this is the first time you're viewing me. Is this really an accurate assessment of my character to say that I apologize a lot? I don't know. So how is or was TikTok? I miss TikTok. I miss going live on there. I have a lot of cool people that I interact with on live stream there. So once again, this is new for me, like this platform. But I've been going live. I dropped my water. So it's wait. So you're in Texas. You guys are in Texas. So like the time zone is different. You're. Let me look at my notebook. You're 2 hours behind. So it is 4 a.m. for you. Why are you up at 4 a.m.? What is the reason for you being up at 4 a.m.? I mean, I was up at 4 a.m. because I was woken up. But like, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Anyways, I'm supposed to be answering questions. If anybody wants to ask questions about anything, about spirituality, about Me, about, I don't know, 5 a.m. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Excuse me. Because I'm drunk, that's why. I was not expecting that. That is very funny. Very, very candid that you told me that. But thank you for that information. Now I know that you are um it's an incense. That is so funny. What do you have burning up? Jay, how old are you? I'm scared. I hope you don't tell me that you're underage. Am I doing some type of ritual or sacrifice? Not in this moment. Not in this moment. Hennessy. Oh my God, Hennessy is crazy. Also, for the record, if there's any children watching, please don't ever do drugs. Don't drink alcohol. Please be mindful of what you put into your body. Because if I say anything about drugs or alcohol on TikTok, they always ban me. They always suspend me or whatever. Or they like get at me. They like, you know. So I try to be careful when I talk about stuff like that. Because I don't know. I don't know. What's the book behind you in the image? It's called Real Life Love. It's a book on relationships, friendships, relationships in general, just relationships and love. I don't have it in front of me, but I've been reading it. It's somewhere. I think it's in my book bag, which is yeah, somewhere in the distance. It's a really good book. I haven't finished. I'm like halfway through. Um, have you read any cool books lately? Also, welcome to those joining. I see there's new people joining. I don't know what you're doing, but hello. Hope you're well today. Hope you're drinking water along with your other stuff that you're consuming. Especially, okay, because I'm not going to talk, because I don't know, I feel like people assume, they look at me and they assume that I've never done drugs or anything. But I used to do like meth. And like, when I did that, I made sure to stay hydrated. I think it's really important to stay hydrated when you're doing certain things. Yeah, with water. I mean, you can disagree with me, but like, if you're gonna put bad stuff in your body, you might as well supplement with also some good stuff. Take some vitamins every once in a while or something. You know what I mean? You don't have to listen to me, but also I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who used to do math. So I don't anymore. I haven't done it in like quite a while. But when I was doing it, I made sure to also drink lots of water. And I was able to sleep. Everybody else was like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, maybe it's because you're not drinking enough water. I didn't say that to anybody, but like that was, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You get a plan and tell your female person the first step of this book, and she incinerates the plan before you can begin. Oh my god. What is what? I don't even know how to respond to that other than just to laugh. That's hilarious. Um, and imagining that you're like inebriated while you're typing that is also hilarious. Um, eh, well, I mean, the first part is kind of interesting because I'm also like very gay. So, but that's very funny. You're funny. Globulous. Don't mess. I mean, don't mess with a good person in general. Yeah, good women, yes, but also people. You know, I kind of try to stay away from women in general. I don't know. I love women. I respect women. I mostly listen to women music, but or music made by women. But I don't know. I'm supposed to be like writing and stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to multitask. You said, am I married? No. not in the physical. Um, but there is something to be said, and I'm not saying this seriously. I'm not saying this is something that I believe in, but there is a belief that Christians hold, or at least like super Christians, where like they talk about kingdom marriages or something like that, like spiritual marriages. Because a marriage, when you look up the definition of marriage, it's really just the joining of two substances or two energies. You know, um, once again, I'm not saying that as though I believe in that, but there is something to be said about that. I don't know. I used to make sites and was a GM or admin for games. Okay, that's interesting information. Was it fun? Did you enjoy doing that? I don't. Around the business. Business. That's funny. As if doing coke is business. I'm sorry. I'm like working on my. I'm writing something. Do you say to God or think you are married? What? The Hennessy is. I hope you're drinking water with the Hennessy, Mr. Tennessee. You're not from Tennessee. I did meet a guy who called himself Tennessee recently. Oh my god, he was amazing. Oh my god, I was this close to like getting on my knees for him, but I don't know. As cool as his personality was, I was like, mm, I don't know. I don't know about that. So it didn't happen. But he did put it on the table several times. And it was crazy because I don't have it anymore, but I had a fever blister, like a really annoying cold sore. I used to get them all the time. Like I don't think it's sexually related, but I was getting one. It was really cold, and I was getting one, and it was very visible. I mean, I was like, yeah, no, but this cold one. And he like he was like, I could make it disappear. I could like. It was really nasty what he said, but and then oh my god, just think about it. I'm sorry. It did not pay much. Diablo 2. Oh, I've heard of Diablo. I don't know anything about that game, but you know, that was a cool guy. He was Tennessee. I should have got his number or something, but I'm not planning on like hooking up with him like that. Because that's all it really would have been. I would have just been sucking his PP. Um, dude, I'm sorry. Did you say where you're from? I said I'm from the Lover State. I'm not from here, but I live here. Um, I don't really like disclosing my location. I don't know if it was just quick. Um, it was a typo. Anyways, thank you for those who are here. Thank you for those who are I don't know. I don't know why you're here. Maybe you enjoy my voice. Maybe you I don't know. But thank you. Hope you're once again having a nice day. I hope you're hydrating with some water. Anyways, I'm not sure how long I'll be up here. I like to strive for an hour, but I don't know. Rick Rock, Rick Talk. But trying to get to info from it, and I just can't do it. Oh my goodness, my friend, you sound like a bot. Are you a bot? I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm just kidding. I love you. Um, but no, what? I love how you spelled tower. It makes it even better. I'm gonna screenshot this. I screenshotted your comment. Thank you so much for your comment. One day, if I ever get to do concerts and stuff, I'm gonna pull up like old screenshots of comments and stuff. You're funny. Did I hear a female there with you? I don't think so. If you did, you might be hearing the spirits because there's definitely nobody near me that is talking, as far as I'm aware. I don't know. Thankfully, my hearing isn't as good as some people's. Shout out to the schizophrenics. Oh, if you're talking about the music, there is I'm playing an audio. She's playing a guitar and she's also singing. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. She is that is the female. I don't know. Also, the fact that you refer to women as females, it's very carnal, but it's also like I don't know. Do what you do. It strikes as a red flag for me when people refer to women as females. Last night I was with this female, and she was really soft. She was really nice, but she was also stupid and dumb because she's a female. That's what that sounds like to me. But obviously you didn't say it, so I didn't even hear it to begin with. I read it, so ha ha ha. Ha. Anyways, thank you for your compliment. I try to use it for good. Did I put anything in the description? I don't think I put any links in the description. I have a link tree in my channel bio or whatever. Rick Rock. So you don't use TikTok, is what you're saying? I think TikTok is a really good app. I like the algorithm for TikTok because you get to see so much. You don't really have to do all that much, you know. I try not to scroll too much these days, but when people scroll and see me, that's pretty cool. I do not did the kids IDs stuff, but I thought I heard a female earlier. I don't know. My voice kind of. Sometimes when I talk to people, face to face, and I like might have a crush on them. Sometimes I use this voice, and sometimes I realize that I'm using that voice. I'm like, fuck. They probably think I'm a weirdo because I don't think I look gay. Like a lot of people say it's obvious. I don't think I look gay. So like sometimes when I'm talking to people, I have to remember that. But then like the voice comes out, and I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm just doing a really high, really weird voice. And they're like, why is he doing that voice? And it's like, because I like you and I think you're cute, but I don't want to tell you that I think you're cute, so I'm gonna just use this voice so subconsciously you know that I think you're cute. You know, I don't know. I remember there was this dude recently that I met who had a really deep voice. And I'm pretty sure he was putting it on. I'm pretty sure it was like an inauthentic voice. He was just talking like this. He was all down here. He was just talking all down here. And I'm like, meanwhile I'm talking up here in this voice. And like when he did that, it kind of made me stop doing it a little bit because I was just like, I'm putting on a voice and you're putting on a voice, and it just sounds really weird. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, not because of the sound, but because of the response. You're different. Thank you. I appreciate these compliments. I don't get people complimenting my mind often. I know that I'm a genius, but other people don't recognize my genius as much. Somebody disliked the live. Oh my god, was that you? Was it an accident? Welcome to those joining. It like there was one like, and then it like disappeared. It was like, bye. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel, you know. But thank you, Globius. I'll remember this interaction for the rest of my life. When I'm feeling low, I'll remember this interaction. No, but seriously, making sure I clicked it. Sure, that's what it was. You weren't just trying to see how I react, huh? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the tongue thing. I'm not directly flirting with you. It's just kind of a reflex when I'm excited on here. I don't know. I've found myself doing the tongue thing in person, and I like stop myself because then I'm like, I don't know how I look right now. Like at least here, I can see directly how I look. You know, I can like course correct in real time. But when I'm in public and I can't see myself, it's like I have no idea how I look right now. You know, it's actually a thing. A lot of attractive people. I don't know. I guess I consider myself that. I don't know. But a lot of attractive people, a lot of model type people, they practice in the mirror, like their facial expressions, so that when they're in public, they know what they, you know what I mean. Like, they know how they look. And I've done it, but in the past. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. Do I believe in God? It's just us. I'm screaming. Are you saying it's just us, as in like answer in private? I believe in a higher power. I believe in higher power. I believe in excuse me. Yeah, I believe in a higher power. I don't believe in the Christian God necessarily. I believe that he exists, but I don't necessarily subscribe to that version of God, if that's what you're asking. Um, I mean, it's partially in my name, I think. Actually, no, I changed my name on here. It used to be Divinely Inspired Fool or Foolish Divinity, which denotes divinity, God. But I did change that to just Mr. Rashad. But I do believe in higher power. What do you believe in? Do you believe in Satan? Do you believe in Lucifer? Oh my god, that was I did a cover of that song recently. My Lucifer is low. My Lucifer is low. I wasn't prepared to sing, but I did a cover of that recently. I thought it was really good. The last note that I did was not the best, but it was overall good, I think. I used to want to believe like you, but when I died, he spoke to me for real. Um, Interesting. Um, I assume when you say he, you mean like Jesus, like the Jesus archetype. I mean, whatever you believe in, my dude, you seem like a decent person. I know you think that's preacher stiff. No. I don't know what that means, but whatever you believe in is what you believe in. As long as you're like a decent person and you like, you know what I mean. I've been to jail 10 times. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Not prison though. I only recently learned the difference between jail and prison. Mind you, I also watched Orange Is the New Black religiously. That show is so good. Um, a lot of emotions, a lot of ups and downs, but that show is good. Um, that sucks that you've been to jail though. That fucking sucks. Um, I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison or anything like that. I have family members who have been, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. I think everybody's relationship with God is different. I think everyone has a different relationship with their creator, their source. Um, and whatever your relationship with it, whatever your relationship with it is, that is your relationship. And like, who am I to say anything about it, negatively or positively? Unless you come to me and you ask me for, guidance. If you ask me for wisdom, then yeah, I will probably critique it and be like, yeah, maybe you could probably meditate a little bit more and like spend some more time in prayer. But you didn't ask me for that. You just kind of asked me what I believed in, so I told you what I believed in, and then you told me what you believed in. Well, I did ask. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But I don't know, Globulus. I don't even know what your real name is. I know your name is not Globulus. Who names their child Globulus? And then that is your real name, and I'm an asshole. Your name is probably like Henry or something, like David. I don't know. John. I've met a lot of Johns in my life. I can see someone worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Welcome to this joining. If you want to ask questions, you're welcome to. Um, Thank you for the compliments. You're complimenting me a lot, and it's making me. It's starting to make me think that you're a predator. I'm like scared, but I'm also like, thank you for the compliments. You're awesome. Um, because why are you complimenting me so much? Thank you. I am very smart. Thank you. Um, I'm sure you're very smart too. Anyway, welcome to the journey. I have some cards here. You're welcome to ask. Oh my god. You're welcome to ask questions. It disappears. You're welcome to ask questions if you want to. Can I show it like that? Okay, whatever. I shouldn't be here. I came to. No, I like it. It's you're fun. Okay, if you need to go troll, go freaking troll somewhere else. I don't know. Try not to do. Don't be too offensive though. I don't know because I don't know. Some people can't handle it. But you probably already know that. I don't know. I don't know your game. I don't know what your intentions are. But do what you do. I don't know. The world needs a little chaos. Just don't direct it towards me. You know what I mean? for the people that I care about. You know what's also good though? You know what also feels good as release, um, masturbation. I don't know. You don't always have to like, I don't know, because then it's also solo. You don't have to worry about anybody else and their own. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm getting gross. I'm getting nasty. Anyways, good morning. Welcome to those joining. I don't know what anybody here, because apparently there's two people here. I'm sure there's more people here, but I don't know why you're here. But hello. I hope you have a nice morning. Um, Hope you drink some water today. Take care of your body. Beautiful body. I'm sorry. I'm gross sometimes. Um, I've been on here for 30 minutes. I'm striving for an hour, but if I'm not on here for a full hour, then whatever. Don't hate me. Um, that's a pretty sad perspective, my friend. I mean, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's pretty sad. I don't know if I like that perspective of menstruation. I mean, because for me, if I'm doing it with somebody that doesn't actually want to pleasure me, because it's like I might as well be alone, right? You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's a perspective. I'm not saying that's a wrong perspective, but it's just like that's. I don't know. That's not the only perspective. My perspective is that it's a lot more freeing. I get a lot more. Get a lot more done mentally. I don't know. I also use it as a tool rather than just like for enjoyment. Like, obviously, I find enjoyment in it, but it's also like used for a specific purpose. If that makes sense. I'm also getting into witchy territory, so I don't know. I'd give you a hug and maybe blowing. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I can't see your face, but I don't know. You seem like a relatively fun time. You're probably like, no thanks. But like, I don't know. Does it matter that I have a penis? Actually, you don't know what I have. I could have a vagina, but I don't have a vagina. Sometimes I wish I did, but it's only sometimes, and only because society sucks, not because I don't like my genitalia. Anyways, I mean, not even. I don't even wish that I was like a woman per se. Like, even if I just had like those parts, that'd be really cool. You know, you know. I mean, that people like that exist. It's called a trans dude. I mean, you can technically get surgery, but even then, it's still really small. Usually, I'm just talking. I mean, you didn't necessarily ask for my perspective. You didn't necessarily ask for my advice, but I believe that it's really necessary to be whole and complete on your own before finding a mate. Um, Once again, you can disagree with me. You can feel however you feel, but I feel like it's really necessary to find that mate within yourself before a mate manifests in the material. Um, and once again, I'm talking from the perspective of somebody who used to do math, and somebody who used to masturbate a lot, and somebody who used to like be obsessed with falling in love and like having crushes and stuff. So I'm down here with you guys. You know what I mean? When I say these things, like I feel fine on my own. I enjoy being in my own company. Sometimes I dread having to like hang around other people. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I don't know. Once again, you didn't ask for my advice. You didn't ask for my input, but that is my input since you are interacting, since you are talking with me. Um, you know, that's mine. Also, I do remember that you told me you were drinking Hennessy, and so I do. come back to that thought, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know if this is useful for you because afterwards, who knows if you're gonna even remember? You know. I do hope you're being safe though. I do hope you're like drinking water also. And I don't know. Because I mean, alcohol is literally poison. I'm not an alcoholic drinker. One day I used to do that, but alcohol is literally poison. It's literally like it's not good for you. Once again, I also used to do meth. So what am I talking about? The taste of meth is also disgusting. Thankfully, I wasn't eating it, but yeah, oh my god. And then it makes your breath really bad. Like oh my god. Like I don't understand how I had such an affinity for it. I don't think that's the right word. Affinity. I had such a liking for it. Now, if we're talking crack, I didn't never care for crack. I thought crack. I did like. I even tried it, and I was like, "This is what is this? I don't understand this. This is boring." You know. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be talking about drugs. Everything is poison, basically. I mean, most things are poison in our society. Even like most of the greens that you can get still have like pesticides and stuff. I mean, it's better to try to eat greens and stuff, but like everything does have a little bit of poison in it when you really think about it. Even music, as much as I love music, like most of that is garbage. I don't drink hard stuff usually or drugs. Yeah. Does it mean you're better than me though? Is that what you're saying? I'm joking. I'm joking. I've been on here 36 minutes. Yeah, music can mess you up. That's true. Yeah. And like when I was in rehab, I went to rehab recently. The music that those people were listening to, like because it was like a really low level of care sort of situation, and so we were in a cottage and like they had a TV. They had two TVs actually in my cottage, and like they would listen to music early in the morning, and I was like, "What is this?" Like it sounded good, some of it, but it was just like so mindless. You know what I mean? If I was better than you, I would move on. You stop me. Why? Why did I stop you, or why did you stay? Because those are two different questions. I feel like you stayed because you like my energy and you like witnessing my energy. But why did I stop you? It wasn't necessarily intentional. I just kind of, um, I don't know. I do appreciate you being here, though, if that means anything. I think this is a mutual enjoyment, right? Why are you, I, why are you different? LOL. Why am I different? Because I've rewired my brain and I don't like to think like everyone else. I don't know. I do affirmations on the daily. I meditate. Um, I don't know. Also, when I went into rehab, it was like a really big open space. They had a lot of open land, and so like I did meditate a lot while I was away. I mean, I kind of had to. I didn't have a phone to distract myself. I had books that I could read, so I just spent a lot of time meditating and just like being in solitude. It was really nice. And then when I wasn't in solitude, people was fucking messing with me and shit. I was just like, leave me alone. Do you know who I am? I didn't say that, but like that's how I felt. I was like, do you know who I am? Do you know that I'm literally God? I could like smite you. I'm joking. I wasn't thinking like that. But at the same time, sometimes I do think like that. Sometimes I'm like, do you know how much damage I could do if I really wanted to? And you're like over here like trying to bully me. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's like when people like there was a movie that we watched in rehab. Um, where we well, there was a movie and it made me so angry. It made me want to write a letter to Jamie Foxx. It was so bad. It was about vampires, and somehow the ending of the movie, spoiler, the vampires died. And I was like, they were killed actually. And I'm like, these 1,000-year-old vampires with all this supernatural ability, and you're telling me they got killed by some humans who weren't even prepared to kill anybody. They were all like civilians basically at that point. And it was like, what? They killed so many vampires in the movie, and I'm like, logistically, a vampire is like OP. Like you're not defeating a vampire. Like, come on, chill out. But it was like the hubris in that movie. It was like it was unbelievable. It was like the whole plot hinged on like the idea of like humans just think they're like this shit, and I'm like, what? I was so angry. Anyways, it was called Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. It was and James Franco. It was really good in terms of like visual, like watching a movie. Like if I would just wanted to sit down and watch a movie, it was good to watch. But when I really thought about some of it, I was like, "What is going on?" Like logistically, like there were no cops. Like they had a car chase with the little girl in the car, and there were no cops. There was nothing. It was just like in the middle of the day. They just had like there were cars that exploded. I was so angry. Like I would be such a logistical filmmaker. Like it's not even funny. I make sites and there's something different. You know, see it neither do I. But think about it for real. Um. Oh no, I see it. I know what you're talking about. But I just don't get people who affirm it very often. I don't know. Like I don't know. People just kind of act weird about it, and I have to like come to the conclusion myself that oh, it's because I'm different. It's because I like operate differently. But once again, I do appreciate that you. Maybe I'll like send you a message or an email or whatever. Do you have an email that I can email you at? Do you see Daybreakers or Interview with a Vampire? I've heard of Interview with a Vampire. I don't know. Recently, like within the last year, I have been getting really oh. There's a film from 1994, and there's also a television series. Apparently, that's interesting. Um, I didn't know that. Um, But I feel like in the last year or so, I've been getting really into vampire energy. Like I read a couple books back when I was like homeless. I read a couple books on like vampirism and like energy vampires, like from a energetic, like from a spiritual standpoint. Um, but also fiction wise, I was working on this manuscript about a vampire who like does charity and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like a spin because like vampires are stereotypically supposed to be like bloodsuckers. Like they take energy, but but the the premise of it is that like he's a vampire and he wants to give back to society. He wants to be like a good member of society and like undo his family's like legacy, I guess, because his family is supposed to be like top tier when it comes to like evil vampires. I mean, they're not considered evil, but like I don't know. Um, I don't know. It's just a manuscript. It's not like anything concrete. Like I kind of want it to be like a TV movie sort of thing. I don't know. Safety. Safety is important. Yes, safety first, or second, or third, if you're really negligent. Also, thanks to the two people who are here watching. I don't know what the other person is doing. I would hope that you would like the live. If you happen to be anybody that I know, right? You should definitely like the live for me. That'd be really cool. If not, it's okay. I'll just cry myself to sleep about it later. Just kidding. I don't know. Sometimes I say things and it's not all the way true. But no, vampires. I think vampires are a very interesting concept. Um, because they're supernatural. They're not just regular humans. Like they have different abilities. Um, but once again, the idea that like some humans who weren't even like they locked up the humans and like somehow they like ended up killing them. I'm like, how? Like, because their perceptive abilities, like even in the movie, it showed how perceptive they were, and it was like, how did they not see it coming? Like they had super speed. They like, oh my, like what? And you're telling me that they were killed by a dude and his wife and his little girl. His little girl didn't really do anything. She just kind of shit talked. But like, it was cute. Once again, the way the movie ended, he was like, "Why do you call me pickle, daddy?" And she was like, "Because you're sweet like a pickle, you're sour like a pickle." It was cute, but it was like logistically as a movie, it just made no sense. It was just like so asinine. There's real monsters. What do you think of Dogman or Bigfoot? I've seen both. I have no personal thoughts on Bigfoot. I think it's interesting lore. Um, I mean, if the chupacabra is real, so why can't Bigfoot be real? Like, as far as I'm aware, chupacabras are real. Goat sucker. I mean, I don't know. There's like we know so little about the ocean, and like I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that mermaids to some degree are real. Because like mermaids, manatees are like mermaids. They're like manatees are like ugly mermaids, you know. But technically, mermaids are supposed to be ugly, like at the core. But they just like doll themselves up to look pretty and sound pretty, you know. It's a female Bigfoot. How did you know it was a female? Did you see its vagina? How did you know it was a female? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm curious of. The capybara is also real. That's a weird animal. The Jersey Devil. I mean, the Komodo dragon is real. That's like a weird animal. What the fuck? That looks terrifying and also a little bit fake. I don't know. Looks like somebody dressed up in like paint and put on some horns and went out into the forest with some hooves. The country's only state demon. Interesting. I live in the woods. LOL. Is that why you haven't invited me out? I mean, I feel like you're not gay, but I feel like you are definitely flexible. Correct me if I'm wrong, but also I don't care if I'm wrong. Um, but I feel like that is like the vibe I'm getting from you. Like you're not. Oh, I thought I dropped some cards. You're definitely not 100% straight. Like I know that. You don't even have to tell me that I'm wrong. I know that I'm right. I mean, I like a nice woodsy type guy. I recently met this one dude since I'm telling stories because I've been telling stories this entire time. I guess there was this one dude that I met recently who was like a woodsy type guy, woodsy type guy. His name was Bruce, or at least that's what he wanted us to call him. And he had this like really raspy voice. Yeah, I can't quite get it, but it was he talked with this rasp in his voice, and like he was just like this really cool macho sort of guy. But he was also like I don't know, he was pretty down to earth and like he was cool. He was my favorite person there. Um, and at some point, I asked him, I was like, "Have you ever done some gay stuff?" And he basically told me that like yeah, for drugs and stuff like that. But like as for enjoyment, not really. He just did it because he somebody offered it and there were drugs involved. And I definitely feel like he would have been the type of guy that I would have like seduced if I was more so in that energy. But I wasn't. I don't know. I feel like I carry that energy with me. But I'm not always in the mood to be seducing someone. You know what I mean? I'm not always in the mood to be like, you know what I mean? And I definitely wasn't in that space. Like I felt the energy come up a few times, but I was just trying to. I was literally trying to exist. You know, I had this other dude asking to be my boyfriend and shit, and he got mad when I said no. And then he like tried to ruin my reputation and shit. And I was like, that's why you're gay. Like I didn't say that, but I was like, that's why you're gay. Like you don't even like that you're gay, and you're like, I'm so gay. Like, and that's why I fucked his best friend. Also, they weren't best friends, but they were definitely like, I don't know, they were definitely like very kindred spirits. It was weird. I never told him that I fucked his friend, but it was a thing that happened. I fucked him, and I almost sucked his dick, but he was so he was he was so obnoxious. And maybe the other guy was too, but I didn't witness that. I didn't see that. I just saw him be really chill with everybody and really cool. But the other guy, he was such an asshat. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just like, who are you? They both were tatted, like, head to toe, but completely different vibes. Like, once again, the one dude, he was, like, so immature, so childish. The other dude, you wouldn't have thought that I would have been doing the doing, but it was nice. I don't know. I feel like I give off twink like bottom, but I'm definitely not. I don't know. I don't talk about my sexuality on here a lot. I don't like talking about my sexuality publicly because who are you to know that? You don't need to know that information. But now you know. Now you know a little bit more about me, and I hope that I don't regret sharing this with like two people plus whoever else happens to watch after the fact. Maybe I should be more scared. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for sticking around. I guess if anybody is still here, um, I'm allowing you to distract me from my creative responsibilities. So you were talking, I was only talking back. That sounds inappropriate. My mind immediately thinks of something inappropriate when you say that, and I feel bad. I feel gross. Okay, we get every oh shit. Once again, I was allowing you guys to distract me from this. So I have to hope and I have to pray that something good comes out of this live stream. Like somebody important is watching. I mean, Globulus, I don't know your real name, but you seem important. From what you told me, you seem like a notable figure. So once again, please shoot me an email or something. Because something good has to come out of this other than me just talking for an hour. You know? I mean, I guess I kept you company. I don't know. You probably would have found somebody else. I slee you, my brother. My brother, because there was a typo. Brother, I can't even say that. Were you gonna? I knew what you meant, but it was like it was funny. The typo. Should I go to the gym today? I want to go to the gym. I've been going to the gym almost every other day, almost every day. I didn't go over the weekend, but because it was raining. Actually, no, I did go. I don't know. There was one day that I didn't go, and it feels like forever. That's kind of how I feel with like making music and like exercising and stuff. Like if I take a day off, it feels like forever, and I'm like, dang it, it's been so long. Meanwhile, it's only been like 12 hours. I think the last time that I like added vocals was like yesterday, or no, like 2 days ago, and it literally just it feels like forever. Like I'm like when I haven't been in the studio in 7 years. It's only been 2 days. I enjoy I am ancient. There's something different about you. Learn this. Oh my, he's about to school me. He's been schooling me, guys. You're not the first person to tell me that. And if I was a different person, I would definitely be offended by that. But like, I definitely understand why you say that. I definitely understand why you say that. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Because first of all, I'd have to find somebody who's like actually okay with me being gay. Because I'm not about to. I can't stop being gay. Like I've tried. you know. But like, that's not bad advice. It'd be a dedication though. How many times should I do the reproduction part? Should I do it like 7 times or like just 1 time? Maybe I'll have twins. I think twins run in my family. I don't know. No, but I literally had this one dude when I was homeless tell me that. His name was Alex. Oh my god, I miss Alex. Alex was cool. He kind of lost his mind to the drugs a little bit, which is really sad. But he was a really cool Christian dude. And he would always tell me, excuse me, he would always tell me that I need to find my kingdom wife or whatever. And I was like, once I'm not a Christian, but like he was a really cool dude. And I was just like, I guess he was like, "Did you find a wife yet?" I'm like, "No." The boss mode forever. I love that so much. I don't think you'll be able to see the comments when if I publish this live, but you're amazing. Um, I mean, it's also possible to have a child like the gay. I mean, maybe you just have beliefs against gay people. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, because I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible advice. It's not the worst thing, but I don't think I'm gonna not be gay. I don't think that's a possibility. Like I've prayed a lot about this. I've prayed a lot over my sexuality. I don't think I'm gonna just wake up one day and be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like them." I don't think that's how that works. Um, Obviously, you can believe what you want, and I appreciate your input. I really do. Um, but I don't know. What is it? IVF? I think that's an option. It's very expensive, but it's an option. I remember seeing Eyeball. Yeah, you had me in the first half, but I think the Hennessy is starting to like. I don't know. It's almost been an hour. 2 more minutes and it'll been an hour. Remember when I was? I mean, obviously you don't remember. This is the first time you're seeing me, I think. But there was a time where I was doing like 2 hours, 3 hours of live stream on TikTok. Oh my god, I don't know how I do that. Like I know how I do it. Like I have like if you asked me to explain, I could tell you exactly how I muster up that energy. But like just to think, I don't know, having to be like I don't know, on display for that long, it's so much. I enjoy some of the conversations I have, but it's like, I don't know. I never did a test of this to see how it sounds, so I have no idea how this sounds. By the way, he said 10 times. I should have 10 kids. Some of those kids are probably going to be multiples, so I'm gonna have at least 10 kids. That's crazy. They're on ATM. If you're an ATM, you should be able to send me some money. Can you send me some money? 20 seconds until it'll be 60 minutes. Okay. Oh, 10 times in jail. Sorry, you did say that. I was like, Also, shout out to the other guy who said that apologizing was an insincere gesture. It can be, for sure. I'm not gonna say that it isn't insincere when I say it, but I don't know. I don't think it is. I just happen to say it a lot. It's been an hour.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locked.
I can't even imagine one
Stop
time,
asking
to be
research
honest.
questions to ChatGPT. Its answers are not reliable, and they are difficult to be fact-checked.
Um,
It's just
do females find me attractive? Once again, I think the term females is very red flag, but I've had women attracted to me, yes. I've been attracted to women, yeah, I guess. Because sometimes it's just an energy thing. It's not necessarily about the gender or anything, but okay. So I think it's another hour and like 30 minutes when I'll be able to go back on TikTok live. I mean, I can go on the app. I'm not banned from the app, but I just haven't been able to go live. So I think I'm gonna do that in an hour or so. I don't know, but I'm gonna get off of here and just end this while we're hot. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, Globulus, whoever your name is. Thank you for joining the live. Um, I appreciate your input. You've been very useful. You've been very helpful. Um, Maybe consider coming to the gay side. Okay. Deuces.